Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. I hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Friday morning, New Year's Eve morning. It's also a coffee kind of morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Not that I want to rush today. I just wish this year is over, that we start fresh with a new year, hopefully more positive than the last couple of years have been. And I wish everyone all the best. Nothing but the best in 2022. I thought I'd continue today showing some great albums. This year, 10 great albums from 1971. Again, a hard choice because I've got so many albums in the 70s, and it's hard to bring it down to 10. But I think I did okay on this one. Before I get into it, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So right off the bat, still riding high off the Beatles fame. I know this is not a Beatles album, but it's definitely Beatles related. This is Wings' debut, Wildlife. Simple cover on that one. December 7th, 1971. Recorded only in 8 days, which was remarkable. The third album since Paul left the Beatles. All tracks written by Paul and Linda. Denny Lane, of course, is on here. Great guitarist and bass player and keyboardist. Paul does all the lead vocals, bass, electric guitar, keyboards as well. Multi-instrumentalist, Paul is. Linda does co-lead vocals, also keyboards and piano. Denny Sewell on drums. And Alan Parsons engineered this one. The great album. Really good stuff. I love Wings. Original sleeve. It's on the oh, here it is here, sorry. It's on the Apple label, so on one side it's this one, and the other side it's that one. Album sounds fantastic. I just found this one a couple of months ago. Really happy to find this one. And great 1971 release. Wildlife, Paul McCartney and Wings. I always try and show some Canadiana on my channel. You know that. Proud Canadian for sure. This is Lighthouse, One Fine Morning. Great horn-based rock band. In the same vein as Blood, Sweat and Tears, Chicago, that type of band where they rock music, but there's a horn-based, instrumental-based band. Formed in 1968, these guys were in Toronto. They were best Canadian group from 1972, 1973, 1974 in our Juno Awards, which are Grammy Awards. This is 1971 of June, One Fine Morning. The title track was one of their biggest hits, One Fine Morning. Hit number 24 in the Billboard's 100. It's on the GRT label. Sounds amazing. Just great fun band to listen to. And if you don't know Lighthouse, definitely check these guys out. I love that cover as well. Very great band. Continuing on with a Canadian theme. In some ways, it's a Canadian/American band, which you may or may not know. Steppenwolf. This is for ladies only. It's on the ABC Dunhill label. Steppenwolf, of course, great Canadian-American rock band formed in LA in 1967, featuring the great John Kay, amazing vocalist, guitarist. They formed out of a Canadian band called the Sparrows, so that's where they began, was the Sparrows. You know, then became their psychedelic hard rock, heavy metal, early forms of heavy metal. So 25 million albums worldwide, 13 Billboard Top 100 singles. You got Born to Be Wild, Magic Carpet Ride, Rock Me, Sookie Sookie, you know, just hits after hits after hits. Became Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members in 2018. This is 1971's For Ladies Only, the 6th studio album. A lot of political concepts on this one. You got the title track, For Ladies Only, hit number 54 in the Billboard 200. What a fine, fine album. These guys. Steppenwolf. Just great 70s rock. And John Kay's got that swagger in his vocals. Just really, really good stuff from Steppenwolf. I showed one of these, this band's albums previously in 1970. I could show every year in the early 70s and late 60s for this band because it's one of my favorite bands. This is A Space and Time, 10 years after. This is on the Columbia label. Probably their most commercially successful album. I know the song I'd Love to Change the World on here was their most commercially successful song. But they rarely played it in live. They felt it was a radio hit. They didn't want to play it all that much in live, so they didn't play it. Again, fantastic British blues-based rock band formed in 1966, led by the great Alvin Lee, one of the greatest blues bass guitarists ever. Unfortunately passed a few years ago. 1971's A Space and Time, the 6th studio album by these guys. A little less heavy than their previous albums, maybe more influenced by Led Zeppelin's sound. A lot of acoustic tracks on here, but still blues based and rockin' album for sure. Reached number 17 of the Billboard's 200. Of course, the big hit, Love to Change the World. And then you got Baby Won't You Let Me Rock and Roll You, another hit off of this one. Again, they really played I'd Love to Change the World live. They just felt it wasn't it was a hard track to play, and they just felt it wasn't. They would sooner play their rock and more bluesy tracks. But yeah, great album. One of these days, Here They Come, I Love to Change the World, Over the Hill, Baby Won't You Let Me Rock and Roll You. Once There Was a Time, I love that track. Let the Sky Fall, Hard Monkeys, I've Been There Too, and Uncle Jam. A little bit of psychedelia going on in here as well, other than the blues-based rock. But yeah, a lot of echoes in their vocals and that type of thing. It's really, really good album. Really, really good album. Love it. To go from 10 years after to Mr. Alice Cooper and the band Alice Cooper. This is Love It to Death. Fantastic album. This is on the Warner Brothers label. Happy to find this one. I don't think this is the original because it's got the sticker on the thing there. But 1971, Love It to Death, third album by the group Alice Cooper. Their first commercially successful album also. I'm 18, the big hit off of this one. Is It My Baby, Caught in a Dream, and just what else is on here? Love Way to Go, Black Juju. So many great tracks off of this one. Alice Cooper was just coming into his own as far as the band and his persona. I think this is a gatefold. Yeah, this is a gatefold as well. Cool in her gatefold there. There's the band. Awesome album. And Alice Cooper. I'll put that back later. 1971. Great, again, in the same vein as Lighthouse, Chicago. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears 4. Again, on the Columbia label. It's a great, great album. Horn-based, great vocals by, again, another Canadian, David Clayton Thomas. Jazz rock band formed in New York in 1967. You got rock and pop and rhythm and blues with a big band sound, a lot of horns, that type of thing. Al Kooper was the initial band leader. After Al Kooper left, they brought in Canadian singer David Clayton Thomas, that huge, huge vocal that he has. Such a fantastic artist. Fourth album by the band, 1971 in June. Big hit on the Billboard charts. This would be the last album that David Clayton Thomas would be on. He would come back in 1975 to be part of the band. Go Down Gamblin' was a big hit off of this one. John the Baptist with Al Kooper. They brought in Al Kooper to play John the Baptist because he had left earlier as well. Take Me in Your Arms, a big hit for the Doobie Brothers. They played this one on this one. This is the earlier version of Take Me in Your Arms, but a great, great album and a great band, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I've got their first album as well, but really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. This next one was a buy, I'd say pretty much for the cover, but I ended up loving the album. This is Blood Rock and the album Blood Rock USA. Look at that cover. It's just an amazing, amazing cover. It's on the green Capitol label. Blood Rock, American rock band from Texas, formed way back in 1963. Blood Rock USA, the fourth album by the band, 1971 release in October. You got It's a Sad World, Don't Eat the Children, Promises, Hangman's Dance, Rock and Roll Candyman. Just an amazing, amazing album. Rockin'. Again, the cover. It was a great buy. There's the back cover there, and I think this. No, this is not a. Is it a? No, it's not a gatefold. Just the cover. So you got It's a Sad World. Don't Eat the Children, Promises, Hangman's Dance, America Burn, Rock and Roll Candyman, Abracadabra, and Magic Man. Just the titles of the lyrics are fantastic. You got Jim Rutledge on lead vocal, Lee Pickens on lead guitar, Steve Hill on keyboards, Ed Grundy on bass, Rick Cobb on drums, and Nick Taylor on guitar. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Blood Rock and Blood Rock USA, 1971 release. Sometimes you can just take a chance, and if you see a cover that you love, you just pick it up and buy it. And touch wood, so far I've been pretty fortunate in this one. I've shown this one a few times. 1971 as well. This is Argent and Ring of Hands on the Epic label. Of course, Argent formed by Rod Argent, who was formerly with the Zombies. Again, one of my favorite 60s bands. He was keyboardist and vocalist with the Zombies. Big hits like Hold Your Head Up, Tragedy, God Save Rock and Roll to You, or God Gave Rock and Roll to You. Just some of the hits that Argent has had. This is 1971's, again, Ring of Hands. Second album by Argent. You got Celebration, Sweet Mary, Cast Your Spell, Uranus, Chained, Sleeping Won't Help Me. You got Rod Argent on vocals and piano and organ and just a great keyboardist in his own right and great vocalist as well. You got Russ Ballard on guitar and lead vocals, Jim Rodford on bass and Robert Henry on drums. Awesome, awesome stuff. And this is a gatefold as well, showing the bands. Classic rock at its best in Argent. I showed these guys in my 1970 release as well. The great band Mountain. This is Flowers of Evil. The cover's a little worn, but the vinyl itself, it's on the Bell label. The cover itself is the vinyl itself, sorry, is fantastic. You got the great Leslie West there in the middle. Huge, huge man, but also a huge guitar player, a huge vocalist. This was a New York-based band formed in 1969, again led by Leslie West. Big hit, Mississippi Queen, which was on the album I showed yesterday. This is 1971's Flower of Evil, third album by the band. So side A is studio, side B is their first live album from the Fillmore East. So that's kind of cool to combine both. You got Flowers of Evil on side one, King's Choral, sorry. One Last Cold Kiss, Crossroader, and Pride and Passion. And then on side two, you got a dream sequence, 24 minutes and 27-second dream sequence. You got Leslie West guitar solo starting it off, a rollover Beethoven, Dreams of Milk and Honey, and then they finally do a short version, just under 4 minutes, of Mississippi Queen. I wish they would have extended that one, but yeah, fantastic album in Mountain. Flowers of Evil. Great 1971 release. And finally, from October 1971, this is the Jeff Beck Group. And Rough and Ready. Second album by the Jeff Beck Group, again October 1971. Combination of rock and jazz and blues and hard rock. You got Bobby Tench on vocals and guitar. Cozy Powell plays drums on this one. Max Middleton on piano keyboards, and Clive Chance is on here as well. Of course, Clive Chapman. What did I say? Clive Chance. Clive Chapman is bass. Max Middleton piano. The great Cozy Powell. I mean, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. Everywhere you see him, he's on here. But there's that again. It's on the Epic label. Jeff Beck is just remarkable. I saw him on the same bill as Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jeff Healey way back in Toronto. I think Glenn Kellaway and I saw the same concert. Just an amazing concert. Jeff Healey opened, did an amazing job. Jeff Beck came on and made that guitar sing and talk and do all kinds of fantastic stuff. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan came on and blew the house down. But you got the Feelin', Situation, Short Business, Max Tune. That's all on side one. And side two is I've Been Used, New Ways, Train, and Jody. Great version of Train, by the way, as well. Jeff Beck Group, Rough and Ready, 1971. So there you have it, guys. There's some great albums from 1971. Again, hard to choose just 10, but I wanted to show some unique and different albums. I wish everyone nothing but the best in the new year. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I greatly appreciate it. It means so much to me, keeps me going, keeps me motivated to do this kind of thing. And it's so much appreciated. So take care. I'll see you in the new year. Love you all. Bye-bye now.